Yes, family, welcome back to another video. It's Coached by Chambers here. Excited to have you on this video. And we are going to be covering a lot today, a lot to do with market structure, because I feel like as traders who are unprofitable or traders that are just getting involved inside of the markets, a lot of people, get taught about market structure in such a wrong way. And they basically don't get it dumbed down enough. Like when I first got involved with trading, I needed someone to teach me like a baby for me to understand. That's just how I learn. And I always felt like when I got involved in trading, a lot of people wanted to say the fancy words and to make themselves look better than what it actually is. I just want to be taught basic, easy, just like you would if you was a 5-year-old, just like you would if you was a 10-year-old who was in school. So, if you're someone like me and that's how you basically learn, then this video is going to be perfect for you. This video, you're going to learn a hell of a lot. And I'm also going to be showing you guys a trick that has changed the game for me to understand 4-hour market structure. Because if you was like me, understanding the 4-hour structure seemed easy until you kept getting manipulated, until you kept taking the losses. Now, I use a little trick utilizing a daily time frame that literally went from me being unprofitable to me being profitable. So tune into this video, stick around to the end, because this could be something that you need to hear. And this actual video may be a sign that goes from you being unprofitable to you being profitable. So I'm excited to get straight into the video. But before we do, guys, I want to let you know, I appreciate every single person who has been tuning in already, showing the love on the comments, showing the love by, subscribing or, just simply just liking the videos. It does really help me out, stay motivated. Obviously I don't get paid to do this. I'm doing this as a passion project to basically help you guys who, need help just like I did. So all I ask you guys to do is simply like the videos, comment on the videos, subscribe, interact with me on social media. My Instagram is at Coached by Chambers. And also if you go into my bio that's on my YouTube video, YouTube channel, should I say, you'll see that I've got two links. The two links are my Instagram, and then the second link is my free Telegram group, which simply I just have just for fun. I show my lifestyle, I show my daily markups. I put motivational stuff in there, videos in there, and just simply I'm building a community for free. And I want you guys who are watching these videos to be a part of that, because trading is a lonely place and trading can eat you up alive, especially when it's just you and you on the charts. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. Again, I appreciate every single person who's tuning in, watching this. But I'm excited. This is a free masterclass course for you guys. I'm going to be going over different concepts on my strategy inside of, at my YouTube channel. So this is the first video that I am doing. And we're going to be talking about, like I said, market structure concepts. And as you guys can see on the screen, this is the basic market structure concept that we basically get taught, whenever we tune in as a beginner or whenever we just go into any course or any videos. A lot of people show you these simple, market concepts, and it looks easier than what it is. Just let me know in the comments below. Do you agree that when you see videos like this and you see, these concepts, it just makes it seem so easy? And that's why you have to be careful on, YouTube or on inside of courses or just being mentored by people, because it's easy to show something like this and sell you a dream, whereas it's a lot harder than what it seems. So as you guys can see, we have simply on the left hand side downtrend, and on the right hand side we also have an uptrend. As we already know, when we're in a downtrend and we're creating lower lows and lower highs, we simply want to identify our range and our supply area. So for instance, right now, because this is our lower high, we want to understand, okay, that's my lower high. So I always do this where it says 4-hour lower high. And then I always have my lower low marked out. So that's my 4-hour lower low. And once we do that, that's when I want to identify my 4-hour supply area. Now, how I usually do this, and something that helps me out, is I want to see my supply area at least above this 50% of the box. I want to see at least 50% of the box met for them to go down and create that new lower low. So please understand that if you're looking for demand areas that are simply maybe not, maybe not actually above this 50% line, and you're looking for more 1 hour structures in here to try and, sell off, understand that that's where most likely it's not going to happen. That's where you will most likely get caught out as stop loss in order for it to come up into the 50% line and then make its true move down. And it's the same thing as well for, the uptrend. So let me just get rid of this and go into the uptrend. It's the exact same thing. We want to be looking for our 4 hour demand areas, and we simply can identify that by understanding our range. Now, this is where I think most people struggle, is they actually don't understand where their 4 hour range is, and that's where they get caught out. And like I said, I'm going to show you a little trick that's helped me out, a little confirmation that went from me being unprofitable to profitable. So stick around. So once you can see your higher low, and your higher low is only valid once we broke the previous higher high. Same for the downtrend. A lower high is not a valid lower high unless we have broke a previous lower low. So please understand that it's only valid when that happens. It only, it's only valid. So I see so many people, mark out a lower high before a lower high is created, before we've actually broke structure. I've seen so many people mark out a higher low before it's actually broke structure. Like I've seen people marking this as a higher low when we've still not even broke this higher high. And I'm just like, you are going to be used as liquidity. Make sure you have your confirmations. Make sure you actually understand where your range is before you create or start saying that is going to be the higher low or that is going to be the higher high. So again, this would be my range. What we expect is I want to see a 50% pullback from my higher low to my higher high. And I want to be able to see that we have that 50% pullback by understanding where is, let me make this bigger, where is my demand area. So usually you'll find your demand area below the 50%. And again, as we know, we want to be able to see the market come down below the 50% and then make its true move up. So basic stuff that we do get taught, that you guys probably understand. But yeah, maybe just throwing in that you want to be looking for your supply and demand areas, either above or below that 50% mark could also even help you guys a little bit. So again, this tool that I use, where has it gone? Ganbox. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I'm from Manchester, mate, so it's called the Gann box. So utilize that, or you can utilize as a Fibonacci tool as well. So that is basic market concepts. We want to be buying from a higher low in a demand area, so then go and aim for that higher high. Now I get it. You're probably looking for Liam. Like, this is easy, man. Like, we all know this. Like, this is exactly what you was explaining. Like, it's easy to understand when you're just, looking at a video and you're seeing it like this. And guys, I get that. I 100% get that. Because in reality, this is what market structure really looks like. Market structure really, let's be honest, looks like this. It's a lot of mess, and there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of other, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs that happen on a lower time frames that can actually, make you make the mistakes that you guys are making. Now, this is why it's so, I love trading, because so many of you guys that are watching this video are this close to becoming profitable. You just need to understand maybe something different. Remember, every loss that you have, every win that you have, every break even that you have, every mistake that you make, you are simply gaining that extra 1% in order for you to become profitable. Understand that for you to be in the position that you're in right now, to get to where you want to go to, every single person has been in that position. If you felt like giving up, guess what? Everyone else has felt like that as well. If you felt like, you're the only person that is not winning right now and some other people are, guess what? Every other person's felt like that at one point. Understand also that social media, is not the be all and end all. Everyone looks like they're winning on social media. Every single person that you come across who's a trader on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, everyone can make it look like they're winning. Anyone can buy and sell on 2 demo accounts to tell you and sell you a dream that they are profitable. Understand that you are on a journey to become an independent, high-paying skill set trader. It is going to take time. You are going to have to become the biggest failure that you've ever met. And that might be a hard reality for a lot of you guys on here, but I want to promise you guys, chase that failure. Chase becoming the biggest failure, because in order for you to grow, in order for you to become profitable, you need to become a failure. You need to make the mistakes. And trading will, literally make you feel like the biggest failure going. But understand that when you're going through them, them setbacks, when you're going through them emotional damage, should we, say, understand that you are on the right path. You are on the right path. And guess what, guys? This might, just to break a little bit of reality to you. Even when you become profitable, you're still going to have bad weeks. You're still going to have bad months. You just need to find the edge in the markets for you to to become that person that you want to become to, for you to, in order to go and create the life that you desire, in order for you to go and create the life that you want for your family. So understand that you are on the right path. Hopefully, if you feel like this, don't be afraid to reach out to me as well. Put it in the comments below. I'd love to connect with you guys. Help you mentally as well, because it's not just about doing these videos. It's also about building a community together, and also having that, that brotherhood, that sisterhood, that us guys can create through this channel as well. So as you guys can see, this is market structure reality. A lot of the time, these middle parts here is where all the mistakes are made. This is where majority of the noise is. This is where majority of people actually do go and make all their mistakes, go and, go crazy themselves, take the losses that are unnecessary. I understand, guys, I've been there, some days as well, I still go there. I still make the mistakes, people that you look up to inside of this space who genuinely are the best traders on the planet. Them guys make the same mistakes as well. But I want you to understand that it's absolutely normal. When you see that the 1 hour structure is creating the lower lows, lower highs, and you're positioning, yourself, because not only do we have, let's say, okay, amazing, we've got one lower low there, then we have, a lower high there. Okay, there's my first break of structure. Amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, because I think that this is the structure and I think it's going to go lower, I'm going to position myself, here on a pullback. I'm going to position myself here on a pullback, and I'm going to aim to, swing this out or whatever it may be. And then next minute you see that the market, doesn't do that. It doesn't come down and carry on, and it goes up and it will tap you out. And then you're like, oh my days, what is going on? What else can I do? Why am I making these mistakes? Why is the market against me? I feel like the market knows when has anyone ever felt like that? Whenever I enter a trade, I feel like the market understands that I'm entering a trade. Mate, we've all been there. We've all entered a trade and gone, let's say the market's barely moved. The market's barely moved. You enter a sell position. Next minute, the market's going mad. And you're like, oh my days, like the market has just not been moving as much as I like. Now that I've entered, I'm now heading towards stop loss. Guys, it is all manipulation. It's all manipulation. If you can avoid the smaller time frame mistakes and understand your actual ranges from the higher 4 hour time frame, you will cut out the mistakes and you'll become a lot more profitable. You won't become 100%. You'll never be 100%, successful trader. Every trade's not going to play off. Every structure is not going to play off. You're going to be in a downtrend, and we're going to have a change of, a change of trends. From downtrend to uptrend, and you're going to be in a sell position, and you're going to get caught out and lose, lose a certain percentage. Understand that that's going to happen. Now, if you've been in this position, again, these lower time frames, you'll know that it's a lot of it is just noise, and a real position that you want to go to, and the real position that you want to keep an eye on is, one second, is the actual demand areas from a higher time frame. Because this is where, as I just said, you guys will make the mistakes. But if you guys can see the demand area and you can see the true, play that we want to look for, that's where you'll be able to capitalize on the bigger trades with the smaller stop losses and the longer trade moves. Obviously, I always aim and tell everyone else to aim for the higher highs, because you become a lot more profitable by actually taking profits rather than holding. The more better a trader you'll become, of course, you'll be able to understand how to hold, when not to hold, so on, so on, and so on. So yes, hopefully you guys, understand this. A lot of you guys, probably having light bulb moments. Yes, I do, kind of mess around on the 1 hour and the 15 minute, and I don't really understand the range that I'm in. And like I said to you before, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I use that helped me go, like, it was like an overnight thing. I was like, oh my days, why did I not get taught this from day one? And everything seems like that. Even the position that you're in right now, you've been to the position where you've been like, why did I just not get taught that? Why did someone not just tell me 5 months ago, 8 months ago, 12 months ago, 2 years ago? But again, it's all a process. You're growing within this process. You're going to make the mistakes. You're going to be, a failure. And that's absolutely fine, because you guys are on the right path to go and change your family's lives. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is obviously we have an uptrend and then obviously we have a downtrend, but then we obviously have the basic market change of trend as well. Again, not easy to see when you're, inexperienced, but the more experienced that you do become, it is a lot more easier to spot. And a change of trend is when the market simply goes from, as you can see on the left-hand side, a downtrend, creating lower lows and lower highs, breaking structure, then going into, uptrend, creating higher highs and higher lows. And again, all you're there to do is have an edge. So you're simply following the trend. So understand that, yes, when you're selling from these supply, positions and you feel like everything's going amazing, and or let's say you missed this one, but then you position yourself on this one and you're like, okay, amazing, this is great, like everything's making sense, I've took profit here. And then let's say then you want to position yourself again because you're doing the right thing, you've got your strategy and you can see the supply area, we've got the lower high here, the lower low there. That is where you should be selling from. But when the market goes and creates a new higher high, and you're beating yourself up and you're like, oh my days, am I ever going to get this? Understand that you did the right thing. If you stick to your trading plan, you stick to the right risk management, you stick to, your edge that you have, instead of this being a wrong situation, guess what? This is the right situation, man, because you stuck to your plan. You sold from the position, understanding that was your lower high and that was your lower low. So this is actually good. Even if you take the loss, if you took the loss on here, bam, it's amazing. Don't worry. 1% loss. Guess what? Now that we've got this new higher high and we can identify the lower low, we can simply try and look for our new demand area. Once we have that demand area, guess what? You will simply make that money back anyway. You will simply make that money back anyway. So I understand every loss, take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. Even if it's 3 losses in a row, and what? Even if you're on a 5 loss, streak, and what? Make sure that you're just doing the right thing and you're identifying, okay, what am I doing wrong? Am I identifying the right thing? Am I identifying the right structure? Am I identifying where the range actually is? Are we tapping in to at least, the 50% level as a minimum in order to go back? Or am I trying to sell, not above the 50%? Am I trying to catch in and get early selling positions? Am I actually the liquidity? Like once you learn all this, you'll start to go, yeah, this makes sense, man. Like I get it. I can see where I was making mistakes, and I can now see where I can grow from that as well. And it's the same thing from this. You want to be looking at obviously position yourself when you're in these ranges, when you've got a higher low and a higher high. You want to be looking for that 4-hour demand area that is lower than the 50% mark on the 4-hour, and you want to be buying from them positions. Of course, amazing. Boom. We want to keep buying. Easier said than done. But once the market goes and does what the market's always going to do and have that change of trend, guess what? If you took that loss, but you're still stuck to your plan, you're still, bought for this position to aim for the high, guess what? Same thing as what I just said. You are still right. You are still right. It's all good. You was meant to do what you were meant to do. You were meant to stick to your training plan. Guess what? Most people, the actual habit that they, have that is the bad habit is they don't stick to the trading plan. That is the worst thing you can ever do. Even if you're taking 5 losses in a row, if you're sticking to your trading plan and you know that trading plan, is successful, you are going to eventually turn them losses into wins. And as we always say, the wins will always outweigh the losses. If you're on a 3-4 losing streak right now, guess what? All you need is a couple 1-3s, couple 1-4s, 1-5s, and you're way above your loss rate. You can lose 4 times in a row and have one big win and you're up, even though you've had 4 losses, 1 win. Understand that. So again, once if you position yourself and it broke, understand that, okay, all I can see now is we've got a new position. Sorry, yeah. We've just had a break of change of trend, sorry. Now we've got a new position I need to look for. So this is my higher high. Okay, well, this was the higher low. We've had a change of trend. So this is my now lower low. Okay, where is my supply area? First thing, I need to see from the low to the high. Can I see a supply area that is above the 50%? Yes, okay. That is where you want to position yourself. Again, I understand it's easier said than done on here, but again, this video on here is simply just to help you guys understand market structure. So bear in mind, this is just a market structure video. Same thing now. Once we've broken this structure, all we got to do is, okay, this is my new range. And I simply want to be now waiting for a retracement, looking for that 50% retracement. Once I can see that, can I see my supply area? Once I can see my supply area, I now know that I need to wait for my confirmations. Once you become a little bit more experienced, you'll be able to wait for the right confirmations, which I always talk about. Wait for impulse down, which is early sellers. It's going to be used as liquidity. We then will have a punch up and then an institutional move down, either one or two big or three big candles, which leave imbalance, which confirm to you that we are now having a change of trend on the lower time frame. And you simply want to position yourself with obviously a good size stop loss, aiming for them lower lows or them 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, amazing. That is basic market structure. We've just gone over, the basic higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, downtrend, uptrend. We've gone over the market structure, reality of what it actually does look like. Then we've now talked about the basic market, change of trend, but understanding that this is in reality what it does look like. In reality, same as anything else, you'll be able to see that this is what it kind of does look like. We have, again, all the noise in between, which is where most people will make the mistakes. 1 second, most people will make the mistakes. We have that consistently all the time. We will always have these lower time frames, 1 hours, even 4 hour, noise that goes on that where you are position yourself because you think it is the position to obviously take, and it goes on to then break break the either high or low and obviously take out your stop loss. So as you can see, when we look at it like this, it's easy to see. Yeah, that makes sense to you. But some people will be looking at the lower time frames, actually going, okay, is this my lower high or is this my lower high? Okay, I think this might be my lower high. So when people are, naturally trying to sell from here because they think it's a lower high, and then next minute it, it doesn't trigger min, and it's actually creating more liquidity, and it comes up to the true supply area, and then we have the true move. You're beating yourself up going, oh my days, what am I doing? What is going on? And again, I know a lot of you guys on these videos who are tuning in are just trying to look for that secret sauce, just trying to look for that extra 1%. And hopefully on this video, I'm going to show you, because a lot of what I teach is understanding what structure you're in from your higher lows to higher highs, or your lower lows to lower highs. And we simply do that by utilizing the daily time frame. So yes, I do get my 4-hour structure by utilizing my daily time frame. Now, a lot of people are going, okay, what do you mean? So how can you get your 4-hour structure from your daily time frame? So I want you to understand that with trading, whenever you're waiting for a retracement, so let's say we're in fact, let's go down to a normal chart. So whenever we're trading, okay, I want you to understand that these pullbacks that happen, so let's say we're in this downtrend, these pullbacks that happen, we need them to be confirmed via a daily candle, or at least a few daily candles, but at least one daily candle. Make sure you're writing this down. A retracement is only valid if we have at least one daily candle. Now you're probably thinking, okay, show me more. Because once I heard this, I was like, what do you mean? Like, why would that even be a confirmation? Like, that doesn't even make sense. It's a daily. I'm talking about 4-hour. Guys, I want you to understand this is going to be a game changer. If you can confirm your 4-hour structure by going to the daily and going, okay, that retracement that I have, that is your true 4-hour structure. That is your true 4-hour structure. Same for the buys. Once you have, the pullback on a 4-hour, can you actually see multiple or one daily candle on that through that pullback? If you can't, it's an invalid structure. It is not a structure. And let me go into, showing you guys this. Let me just get rid of this. And then, in fact, let's replay from here. Okay, so let's actually go into this right now. So as you guys understand, what we tend to always talk about, what we tend to do is we always want to see, of course, as we've just been talking about, we want to see this. Once we see this on a 4-hour, it is, quite easy to understand. It's quite easy to get manipulated and actually get caught out. Now, I want you to understand that when you see this on the 4 hour, it's going to look a little bit different on the daily. So on the daily, for instance, let's start by looking here. We'll start here. So if you look right now, I want you to understand that this part right here, that is a 4 hour downtrend. And the reason that's a 4 hour downtrend is because look, you can simply see that these candles here, in fact, let me get the other one. No, actually, let's get this. These little candles here, these represent a 4 hour retracement. These candles here represent a 4 hour retracement. Same thing there. That represents that 4 hour retracement. And you can confirm that by literally having that daily time frame. So whenever I'm marking out my 4 hour structure, I'm on this daily time frame and I'm simply utilizing this highlight and I'm going, okay, we've got here, we had a pullback, we've got a higher low, we've got a higher high, we've got here, that's nothing yet until we break. Once we do break, guess what? We broke in this low. This is now my new lower high because we've had that change of trend here. Okay, amazing. So that's my now lower high. This is now my lower low. Where do we want to be selling from? Well, I want to be selling from at least 50%. Can I see a supply area? Well, first thing I can see on the daily, which I'm going to mark out, and we'll talk about this on another video, is this last daily candle. Because this last daily candle might have a significant part in playing into a retracement. That it would be a 4 hour supply area. So I would mark that out, but let's leave that for another video. So again, what happens? We come back up, we have two candles that confirm that, and then we go on to obviously then create a new break of structure. This will be the low. We have another break of structure here. So in fact, let's actually mark this out as we do go ahead so that you guys can visually see it as well. So one break structure there, that would be my 4 hour break structure. We have another one here because the two daily candles at least confirm that we've had that 4 hour break of structure. And we have a high, a low, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we had another one here. So this is a clear 4 hour downtrend. Now, if I go down to the 4 hour, you're going to be able to see this a little bit more. Let me get rid of this. You're going to be able to see this a little bit more. I'm going to stretch this out. And you'll be able to see it a lot more. So as you guys can see on the screen, a lot more clearer, that clarifies to me my 4 hour structure. Instead of you going on here and going, okay, is this my higher low? Is that my, higher low? Is that my higher low? Is that now a lower high? Like, you're messing around. Confirm it by the daily time frame. Once you understand this, the structure becomes a lot more cleaner. Your ranges become a lot more cleaner. You start to go, okay, I'm seeing this a little bit more. You start to make less mistakes because you're not jumping into the markets because you're going, okay, look, like imagine on here right now, right? So you're looking at this and let's say we're waiting for 50% retracement. First thing I can see, I know that there's going to be a supply area by this little wick here. I can see there's going to be a supply area on probably on the 1 hour here, which is what we reacted from. And I can also see there's a 4 hour supply area. Let me just get rid of this a sec. There's also that 4 hour supply area deep. I'd probably go from here to here. There's a 4 hour supply area here. Either one of them I'm predicting that they're going to get met. Now, obviously, as you can see, what most people do on the 4 hour, they're marking this out. Okay, that's broke there. Okay, that's my last lower high. That's my lower low. Okay, that's a higher high. Okay, higher. That's where I need to buy because that's my higher low. Okay, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You get manipulated here because it's not a true higher low. Some of you guys are watching this video going, "Shit, this makes sense." Okay, I get this. Like, I know where I've been making a mistake now. Because look, come on, Liam, what are you doing? So as you can see, that's where then the market will manipulate you. and it will wick down and it will just continue back up. Like understand that there's different positions that you need to understand where to actually position yourself. There's different ranges. Again, you're probably coming up, okay, we've been manipulated, it's fine. I've now got here, I've got a higher high. I've now got a higher low. I've not positioned myself yet for a higher high, but what I can presume is that from around here, I can look for another buy position. And not only have I took a loss on here, and not only have I probably took a loss here, but I'm also going to take a loss here as well, because guess what? The actual structure of the 4 hours here. And then the market just goes boom. Guys, that is some real sauce that I'm giving you currently on this call. I hope that you guys are listening. I hope that you guys are taking notes. I hope that you guys are just going, huh, okay, that makes sense. Because again, remember the daily time frame, that will be where you will naturally get your 4-hour structure from. Same again here. Look at this. It's beautiful, man. Did it just only just missed? But this last, well, realistically, that is the last high there. This last candle is where I'd have been positioning myself, but it did react out of this one here. Again, we just missed, but as you can see, we position ourselves. We look for our supply area. We look for the reaction from it. But guess what? When it comes that close and we have this big institutional candle, we'll be looking to sell in this position anyway. There'll be a 1 hour, trend position that we sell supply position here that we would have capitalized because we broke the internal low here, and we would have caught a nice trade that went and broke this low. So hopefully you guys here are now going, Liam, you've just given us some knowledge, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's go back to down to the daily, because we'll go over it again. Zoom back out. So then you can see that we will naturally then, guess what? As I just talked about on previously, when you're looking for sells and the big institutional move happens and you get wiped out, it's fine. You stuck to your plan. Do not worry at all. You stuck to your plan. Now, guess what? We just now have had a 4-hour change of trend. We've just had the 4-hour change of trend. So 4-hour change of trend. Okay, perfect. Now, again, where is the high? Big institutional move. The high is here. The low is there. What do we want to see? We want to see at least 50% be met. Guess what happens? At least 50% got met. Me personally, and I'm not going to come in here and say, I would have got this. No, but at least 50% been met. But I would have been looking at a retracement down into this, at least this daily candle. At least this daily candle here, this daily demand area, which would have been here. And then I would have been waiting for my confirmations to then look to buy in. Obviously, we didn't get that. But what happened is we then went and created, let me just get rid of this. We then went and created a new higher high. So as you guys can see, you've flown with the markets. We've got a higher high. This is now a higher low because we had a break structure here. This is now a higher high. There's the break. Now, again, I want to be at least looking for my demand areas at 50%. What we can see is around here, we've got some imbalance. We've got some this. That's where I'd have been looking for it to come. But again, once you go into the 4-hour, we might have another position that you could have obviously looked for the markets to react out of as well. As I always say, and again, this is why it's easier said than done when you see these just lines on the chart. Understand that not your position is not always going to be the right position. So if you're always looking for it to come down into the extreme, the deepest part of demand or supply, understand it's not always going to do that. And that's why it's always beneficial when you become more experienced to find different areas that you'll be able to see in the lower time frames as well. And understand that if you take a loss, that's fine, because if I take a loss here on the 1 hour, let's say we have a 1% loss on here, I'm happy with that because I now know that my next zone is just here anyway. So I'm happy to take a 1% loss because hopefully, potentially, this could be the right position. So hopefully that makes sense in regards to that. And as you can see, we have that pullback into here. We then go and create, one second, we then go and create, where's it gone? A new high. So there's a higher low. We come up to here, we create a higher high. We have then a pullback. We then create a higher high. We then go and create, we then go and create that lower position here. So we have the change here. And we have the new low to the new high. First thing I can see is, okay, this candle here, which you can see reacted from, would be my daily supply area. And let me just mark this out so I'm not losing you guys and you're thinking where you're looking, what you talk about. So that's the 4-hour break. And also understand that, as you guys can see, it's not always clean, man. It's not always clean. I just replayed into a random position. I was backtesting before this video, that's why I wanted to make this. But as you can see, it's not always clean. Like, this is a 4-hour change of trend here. Oh, 1 second. Liam, what are you doing? There we go. Change of trend here. And now you can see 50% at least minimum from this low to here. You can see we met that 50% and we also tapped into this daily supply area, which also had the imbalance as well. So guys, I hope this has helped you out in regards to structure. Once you can start to see these little movements that do happen, you'll start to obviously get it a little bit more. Like, I'm just going to quickly, I'll show you, let me get rid of this, replay tool currently. And I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at now on this video today for the daily on the, the 4-hour structure, utilizing the daily on US dollar, because again, if you're trading any other pair, the GUs, the EUs, the USD cards, or whatever it may be that has anything to do with the dollar, you have to treat the dollar index as your baby. That is the first thing that you mark out. That is the main thing that you mark out. So as we can see currently, what we were looking at, let me just get rid of this. We had here, we had a lower low, lower high, we had a lower low, then we had a change of trend here. So we had the higher high, then we had a higher low, we had a higher high. Guess what? Then we come down, we had a change of trend. So we had the low, then we have the high, then we had the low, we've had a change of trend. And currently right now, what's going on the 4-hour, let's just drop down, is my range. Let me just get rid of all this noise. My range now is mainly here. And the reason for that is because what is my last range? Well, my last range is, even though we've had that 4-hour pullback, we still haven't mitigated this 4-hour supply. We have come into this demand area. So yes, supply is my main area that I want to look for. So this high as my 4-hour higher high. Where's it gone? 4-hour higher high. So this here, which is my 4-hour lower low, because we've changed the trend. 4-hour lower low, we've had that change of trend there. Understand that it's still reacting out of this demand area. So I will not be looking for sells until, guess what? Until we at least mitigate this 4-hour supply area. And then that's where I've been looking at my confirmation on the lower time frame, which is, inducement, liquidity sweep, institutional candle, or 2 institutional candles here that leave imbalance and a supply area. And then I've been looking at selling. So again, understand that is the main position that I'm looking for. But once you become more experienced, you can start to understand that, okay, we are in a demand area here. We've also had this big institutional candle, which is also a 1-hour change of trend here. Because look, on the 1-hour, you can see that we was clearly in a downtrend. We was clearly in a downtrend. Was having the lower lows, the lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And then, as you can see, we broke here to go and create a new higher high. So we are now expecting this being my main area that I want it to come into, this area. But for now, if I can, because we've had that change of trend, can I see a 15-minute change of trend to buy up into the supply? And then that's where, once you become more experienced, that's where hedging comes in. That's where you're also then, guess what? You can position yourself in the buys, and you can also position yourself in the sells when it comes into your main target, and you're beating the market. You're trapping the market. Once you can trap the market, and let's say you get the confirmation, 1 second, let's say you get the confirmation to sell. Let me just draw this out. Let's say you're in the buys and you're let's say it's like this right now, you know, okay, this is where I'm at, and I'm not going to go into depth, but I'm holding this position. I'm also looking to sell this position once we only have this. Once we change a trend, sorry, let me go back. We're only looking at selling position once we have a liquidity sweep here and in an institutional move, change a trend. Then I would be closing this position at a smaller win, and I'll be looking at selling this position down because now supply has taken control. Guys, that is for another video. I'm not going to go into too much detail in regards to hedging and 1 hours and all this different stuff. I wanted to make this about simple basic market structure. So I hope that you guys on this video have got a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. Hopefully you guys have picked up a few little tricks that have helped me along the way become profitable. From utilizing the daily time frame to confirming that 4 hour structure was a massive difference. If you're new to that, understand that my free Telegram group is where I send in my daily markup YouTube videos, or just my daily markup video, daily markup actual charts anyway. So if you're wanting to learn more, be mentored a little bit more by me, go into that free Telegram group and just keep an eye on it. Keep watching the daily outlook videos, and also asking questions, like asking questions on these videos, showing the support, because I am doing this to help you guys, grow, and to give you the value and give you something that maybe you guys are missing. But other than that, I appreciate every single one of you that have tuned into this video. I appreciate every support, every like, every comment, every subscribe, whatever you call it. Guys, I feel like a proper YouTuber right now, man. This is funny. Subscribe to my videos, like and comment. But no, I appreciate every single one of you. I hope that you have an amazing up and coming week. God bless. If you need anything, reach out to me via social media at Coached by Chambers on Instagram. I have no other Instagram account, no other, actual at Coached by Chambers _. It's simply, as you can see on my screen, at Coached by Chambers on Instagram. And also, you'll be able to find that in my bio on YouTube. Have an amazing week. Take care, and we'll catch up very soon. God bless.